Welcome to allertonav.com. This is Adapted, episode 89. My name is Tristan, and joining me we've got Jason, Swenor, and Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Chad.
Oh, I'm wearing my 80s outfit, dude, for Stranger Things, baby.
Dude, is that what it is?
I didn't know it was dress up this week.
I didn't either, dude. I mean, well, then I guess I was right on board, dude, when I said it was the fucking Thriller backup band.
Oh, man. And yeah, if you've been joining us past few weeks, we've been touching on Stranger Things. We covered the first episode, talked about the second and third episode. But we decided just since we missed last week's discussion on Stranger Things, we're just going to talk the entire season, close it out, and move on from there. So Stranger Things, excellent series for you guys or overhyped?
Oh, no, dude. I mean, like I said, day one.
It's legit.
Before anyone even was really talking about it, right when it came out, we were just like, let's check it out. And that's when the binge happened, dude. And maybe I overhyped it for some people. I hope I didn't, but I thought it was fucking awesome, dude. All the way to the end, it was solid, man. And
Yeah, there's no
of the creatures and stuff.
We've watched plenty of shows and plenty of seasons throughout from start to beginning, and there's always like a dull in the middle of like episodes 5 and 6 or something like that, where it's just like, just cut these episodes because they're worthless. But the show, every single chapter of the series, I felt like was great and moved the story along great. We learned more about the characters. Some questionable decisions on what they did with some of these characters as far as Nancy and as a whole and her decisions and people she hangs out with. But
you like Nancy going back with the dude and like she shouldn't have?
Even before that, like hanging out with
Creeper
Jonathan. Like, I don't know why she would ever hang out with Creeper Jonathan after he got busted for taking photos of her without a shirt on. But
maybe she was looking for extra photos for free.
Right.
Yes.
I had read somewhere that
stats.
they originally were supposed to not ever get back together, but that they just worked so well together that they put them back together, man. So that's kind of crazy, dude, that they switched it up.
Huh. Interesting. After they started filming?
Yeah.
And it kind of saw it coming, too, after they hinted between Nancy and Jonathan's discussion about their parents, Nancy's parents, being together for so long, and they moved to, like, the end of the street house and cul-de-sac and all that stuff. Like, I forget what episode it was. I think it was maybe, like, 4 or so, having that discussion. But, something was up with just even having that discussion in the first place. They're going to do something, a twist, but I mean, the stars of the series were for sure the kids. Let's talk about the kids,
dude. They auditioned 900 kids for this, dude, till they got the perfect pick, man. That's insanity, dude. First off, let's pick who is everybody's favorite character.
Ooh, out of all characters in the show, who's my favorite? Damn.
Dustin for sure. Dustin.
Yeah, it has to be Toothless.
Toothless did provide.
He comes prepared when you go out scavenging for lost friends. He comes prepared.
Yeah, he brings the snacks. He knows what's up.
I don't know, dude. I kind of, everybody's fan favorite is either going to be Dustin or 11. Dude, I might be going with Lucas, dude. Because he asked if he could wear an American flag bandana, dude.
Actually, when that scene was going on, I was like, oh yeah, Swenor's probably all into this right now. The kid's got all of his gear. He's putting the bandana.
Dude, he's ready to go, man. He's like ready to go to war, dude.
Lucas didn't know me for a while, but he did come around.
Dude, Lucas is a man of principles, dude.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't stand Lucas.
Like, they wanted you to dislike Lucas, and it worked with how they...
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, they did a good job.
You're Dustin, Chad? Is that who you're going with?
Well, if I got to pick out of the kids, I'm going to probably go Toothless. But...
you could pick anybody.
Well, yeah. I
the cop is a good pick, too,
I was going to say Hopper, dude.
Hopper was a little weird, too, because in the first episode, you got one Hopper, and then, he drastically changed throughout the next few episodes, and I don't know if that was him being centered and...
He got his shit together, man.
Yeah, but it was interesting how he changed drastically.
Yeah, they did a good job of building that character up. They did a really good job of building every single character up. By the end, you, knew a lot about all the characters.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Best performance has to be Winona Ryder as Joyce. That's
Dude,
performance.
I would say she was phenomenal, man.
She was all right, dude, but I think 11.
show.
Still
I was about to say a little 11 too. Like
Yeah,
that kid,
What?
like that
Millie
kid.
Bobby
That's
Brown, dude. Even Stephen King 3 years ago saw her, dude, and said this chick's gonna be ridiculous, dude.
11?
She was.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
she,
just thought, like, I guess maybe I just didn't like her scenes because, like, a lot of them just felt like she was. And I know she's not supposed to know anything, but I just don't like people that act like idiots. And like, that's kind of how she came off.
She's just elaborate, man.
she didn't know any of this stuff.
I know it's
man.
part of the gimmick, but it just didn't seem that great. But she's a great actress. But
And for being so young,
yeah.
Yeah, but I agree. Winona Ryder did put on a hell of a performance, considering I didn't even know she was acting anymore. So that was pretty.
I
close.
know, man. I thought she was done, dude, being a waitress or something.
I didn't even realize it was her when we were passing around the first trailer. Like not
Dude, I
until
thought
like
she was
her
still
name came out.
shoplifting, dude.
Oh, get out of here, dude.
That was a misunderstanding. All right.
When did you even know she was shoplifting?
I really like the teacher, Mr. Clark. That was a favorite of mine too.
He was pretty funny.
Yeah, that nerd was pretty funny.
And it was great later on, like towards the end, like when the kids call him asking about how to build a deprivation chamber, that he was like had a girl over like, oh, Mr. Clark, you sly dog.
Oh yeah, dude, that was
Dude, he
so
still
great.
got
You're
mad
like,
game going
look
on,
at Clark, dude, pulling it down. I like that, dude.
What were they watching on TV?
It's probably some skin flick, dude. It was like a Friday
Probably
night.
the A-Team, dude.
He was just throwing out some insight on something. I forget what it was though.
It had to be like some kind of like old like movie, like famous like cowboy movie or Kurosawa or something like that, where he could be all smart.
And I've heard some negative things about Stranger Things as far as there's plenty of plot holes, but I feel like the performances and the story kind of overpower any plot holes that you might have. Like as I talked about Nancy hanging out with Cooper Jonathan, stuff like that. Kind of weird.
I mean, yeah, like when I'm watching it and there was only 8 episodes, I really didn't feel like there was anything that jumped out to me like, oh my god, this annoys me that they like cheated here or anything. Right. So especially with Nancy.
Freaking Matthew Modine did his job of being just like an unlikable character. I don't know.
Dude, he was so good in that. I was like trying to think of where I remembered him from. That was just like itching at me, dude.
Recently, Dark Knight Returns.
Well, where
Rises,
he
Dark
was just like a
Knight.
sinister prick. Dude, Full Metal Jacket, man. He was the Joker.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't see. I was like, I don't know who Matthew Modine is right now, but that name sounds super familiar.
Well, recently he was Dark Knight Rises. He was the cop that kind of like turned his shoulder on the city.
Redeems himself and comes
held
out to
him,
get
he
gunned down.
hid away when Gordon was looking for help and everything, and then he comes out in his uniform and everything and
Mm-hmm.
dies with pride.
Yeah, he killed it
Yeah.
here though.
Yeah, I remembered him as Joker in Full Metal Jacket, and then as the pilot in old Memphis Belle.
So, did any of you guys play D&D ever?
No,
No.
no.
Curious.
No.
It's always intriguing, and especially after watching this and watching like them
I've seen
play
people
for
play
8 hours.
before,
It
but
sounded
I never played myself.
I've always heard people joke around about it, the old D&D and stuff, but I've never played it or anything like that. So when they were doing all that stuff, I mean, I just had to take them at their word for what they were doing, like was legit, but apparently not.
I played enough RPGs where I
Right.
kind of, have an idea of like what's supposed to go down. But it was cool to see like young kids actually playing it, and not like 30-somethings.
And not even half-assed in it. They have like the book. They have like this entire story. This whole campaign was written out. It was like just this really cool. Like I want to get a big notebook.
They
and
got
write
into it, too.
campaign
They
and
got
I
get
know
into
you
they
it.
guys-
had like the J.R.R. Tolkien size fucking rules for that bad boy. I was like, man, dude, these guys are serious. I'm like, are there really this many rules in this game, dude? I would never play it.
We should do it. We should make a campaign. We should have Swenor write a campaign.
I think it was Mike that like really got into it and was very theatrical about it.
Yeah, he was, dude. He was really upset that they adhered to the rules of the law and all that. Especially when it came to the shake, only to find out he was going to go for it.
I could probably have gone without the whole Mike and L11 little love story though.
Oh, why?
I didn't enjoy that much.
Dude, that was
Once
like
again,
a pretty big part of the story.
Tristan
dude.
hates
It was a
love.
big part, yeah.
Man, Jesus,
Like
bro.
the geek getting the girl and all that.
They were all geeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone had to get
I
her.
mean, they like Lucas was. Oh man, you like her and blah blah blah.
dude, Lucas was like,
Jealous.
yeah.
Probably was a little jealous.
I always kind of thought of Lucas as Data from the Goonies, dude.
They definitely had a lot of references or inspiration from those old movies.
Right, a lot of old movies, dude. It was awesome. Dude, plus visually, I thought this thing was awesome, dude. Like just the dark tone of it, dude, and just like the desolated house, dude. And I loved it with the booby traps, dude, and they're gonna try to catch the monster. The whole thing with the swimming pool in the gym where they're saying they're adding salt until she floats, which later we found out in real life that's 1,200 pounds of Epsom salt they put in there to get old 11 to float.
Floats.
But yeah, the whole thing with like the light bulbs on the wall, dude, fucking brilliant.
Love those episodes.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, like, dude, it freaked me out when the little girl was walking in and into his room, and that thing was coming through the wall, and I was like, save yourself, dude, save yourself.
So do all of you guys enjoy like scarier stuff, like into horror movies?
No, I hate
No.
scary stuff.
Swenor hates it. So you didn't really want to watch this from the beginning, right?
Well, we had talked about it like before the hype had come, and I watched like the first half of the first episode. It was like all that scary shit. Dude's running down the thing snatches it out of the elevator. It's dark. I'm in the cottage, scary basement. I'm like, fuck this, dude. And then like everybody's like, oh, it gets better. And then after like the first 2 episodes, I was like, all right, man, this is pretty cool.
You manned up, dude. You got
Well,
yourself.
it could have been a lot more
like,
gruesome. I felt like it tried to make you believe it was something, but it kind of like held back a little as far as being like an all-out scary thing.
Like and I had like questions like, dude, how was he surviving in that whole thing with like without being found for so long? How did he know how to like contact his mom through the wall and all that?
Yeah, that's
stuff?
something that never really got explained, but I didn't really.
But I mean, I guess we have to like leave some stuff to our imagination too, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cause yeah, if you see like when they showed him on the other side, he was like fucking sucked up into some shit. But then when the girls were on the other side, they were able to run around but get chased immediately. So it was like, how did he survive so long without getting murdered by this fucking creature on the other side? So there's a lot of questions.
Or
actually,
the creature
we didn't talk about it.
Too.
But how about what'd you guys think of the way the creature went down, dude, at the end? Like the Macaulay Culkin house, and then the fucking the way she like burned it to ashes against the wall. And dude, I was a sucker. I thought that the slingshot took it out, but then you realize that
It was a
Al
slingshot. Forever believe it was a slingshot.
I was like, oh my god, the slingshot! And then no, Al had to fucking spoil the parade, like always.
I thought it was okay. I thought it was
Yeah.
it was like it like built pretty well, and like you had the little redemption, you had the little trick, like everything kind of fell into place. Plus the team was all there, all geared up, ready for that battle, dude. It was good.
I did like how they got the house all set up and like battled it there, dude, which was actually cool. It got caught in the bear trap and shit. Like things got crazy in there.
Yeah.
And then at the end, like the way she put it out, disappeared.
I was like, how are they they're fucking running gasoline to this thing, dude. I'm like, they're gonna burn this whole fucking house to the ground. How are they getting out of this, dude?
I mean, that house deserved to be raised at that point anyway, so.
I was taken back, like, when they flash forward and they showed the house, like, how did they get all that money to, like, do all the repairs for the house? Because it looked good afterwards.
Dude, they probably got a sick settlement, dude. Are you kidding me? From
Saved the world.
Insurance money, huh?
Yeah, dude. Or a lawsuit against the U.S. government.
Or that Dr. Brenner guy's company. It was like, here's a shit ton of money.
Yeah, well, if any, there's nobody alive except the accountant, probably. So yeah.
Dude, can we take a moment of peace for Barb? Why'd Barb have to go?
We're pro Barb over here in Adapted.
We don't know if she's dead yet.
Oh, she's dead. They showed her.
She's dead.
They showed something that looked like she might be dead.
The only person who I think old Dr. Brenner, he's probably dead. 11, maybe she's not that dude. But she,
Yes.
He did
I'm
leave
like,
dog food out.
her
is
egos.
she gonna be like fucking Obi-Wan and Yoda, dude? Just fucking reappearing in a hologram form, dude?
You want hologram Barb?
Holding her ego, dude, being like,
For L.
you guys can do this.
Did anyone tell Barb's parents that she's dead?
No,
Oh,
dude.
That was the
Nobody
thing that
cares
kinda,
about
like,
Barb.
washed over. Like they had something cool with Barb, and then they're like, "Yeah, let's not make a big deal that she went missing so much, and that she died." I mean, Nancy cried for a little bit, but she got over it.
Wait, what was so cool about Barb? I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here for a second, because I thought like Barb had it coming.
I think everyone likes how
She
awkward.
was just looking out for her
Because
friends.
everyone can relate.
Barb is like the trusty fucking sidekick, dude, looking out for your best interest.
Everyone
You're
needs a
about
Barb.
to do some
at their
stupid
side.
shit to it.
Dude, it's like Barb. Just have a fucking beer.
Barb
Yeah.
was.
Barb
everyone-
did have a beer, dude.
Yeah,
And
cut her
Got Barb
fucking
killed.
hand.
She wasn't on her senses, dude. She wasn't on her game.
I totally blame Nancy for Barb.
One beer and Barb
It's all
was just
Nancy.
like gone.
She was lit, dude. It was over.
All right,
But
fair
see, you
enough.
can't like Barb though because she cut her finger like doing the easiest thing in the world. Just she should have
I
just.
don't know. I
been
still don't know
pushed
how
into-
she cut her finger on that. Like she purposely stabbed herself.
Dude,
She's
I
cut her.
know. Hey, Barb's down there contemplating life by the pool, dude. While fucking slutty Nancy's up there getting slammed, dude.
Hey, Barb is all jealous about it,
Barb's
though.
like,
It's
how
like,
the
be
fuck
cool.
did my life come to this, dude?
Barb should have just
Jonathan's
ran
like,
up there and belly flopped on the bed.
Yeah, dude.
I don't
Three's
get
Company.
why did Barb even stay around at that point too? Because Nancy
She
told her
was
to
gonna
go.
wait for her to give her a ride, dude.
Yeah,
Dude,
but
she
Nancy
wanted
told her
to
go
hear
home
it.
there. She'll find someone else to give her a ride. It was weird.
That was the one thing I was like, Nancy, how the fuck are you gonna get home? Is old fucking douchebag Steve gonna give you a ride home?
They don't have Ubers back then.
Yeah. Hey, and let's also talk about fucking douchebag Steve.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I hated Steve so much the entire series.
But did he redeem himself in
No.
the end?
I feel like he didn't.
No,
in my mind.
not enough.
So,
I mean, Steve was so used to getting everything he wanted, dude, and then he really found like love in Nancy, while his douchebag sidekicks were all like,
oh, I hate those people.
Did
But-
he find love? Or did
I
he
feel
just
like,
feel
uh,
bad that he screwed it up? And
I
chose
feel like that's
that?
not real love, and also I feel like Nancy has low self-esteem because first she went towards Jonathan, who was taking photos of her, which was just weird. then she
no,
went
first
back-
she went for Steve.
Well,
and then she
went
found
back-
out like, oh, maybe he's not such a creep.
But going back to Steve, after Steve was involved with the movie
spray
marquee
painting,
and
that
spray
she's a
painting,
whore.
That's
yeah,
pretty great.
Like, why would you ever go back to a dude that did that? No, come on.
Tristan, it happens every day across this earth.
Well, I'm sure. Which was my point that Nancy must have low self-esteem.
Dude, she's a teenager, man. She's always conflicted, dude.
Wasn't that kind of a dickhead move at the very end when she gave him like the camera back that dickhead broke?
No,
and then
she bought him a new one.
But
it
he
was
bought-
from him.
It was
So
a joke.
he's like, "Hey, here's your camera. I got your girl." And then like to me, it
It
felt
was
like a slap in
both
his
of them,
face.
I feel.
Steve asked Nancy, like, hey, did you give him the camera? Because
Yeah.
I think Steve comes from money and can afford stuff
Yeah,
like that.
he's like, it's the best one I could get. Hey, I got your girl. Here's a camera. Have a good day. Like, I don't know. It felt like a dick. He knew that the
Maybe
like,
it was a win for Jonathan, though.
Dude,
You guys
I thought he was a douchebag, but then when he was like on the car and he's like, "You guys are just fucking assholes, dude," and they're just getting ready to throw down, and then he speeds off in his Beamer, dude. I was like, maybe I like this guy. And then, dude,
Switch.
he's like, "I'm fucking out of here, man. Every man for himself." And then, like, on a fucking white horse, dude, comes in and saves the day.
I don't know if he saved the day, but
They would be.
he caused the distraction. That's all they needed. White
So
horse.
there's been talk that a second season is going to happen. I don't think I've seen anything actually official.
It's
Well,
I
then-
thought they did today announce some official
Did they?
stuff.
I mean, you have to know that a second season is coming. This is like the hottest fucking thing going right now.
They said it's like there was like an independent study or wherever tracks Netflix, and it was like the third most watched Netflix show ever.
Yeah. It was
Behind
up there.
only
That was
Orange
pretty
is the
high
New
up.
Black and Fuller House were the only two ahead of it.
Huh. Okay.
which is kind of
Fuller
crazy.
House? Holy shit.
Fuller House, I guess, was the most watched show in like the history of Netflix because it just hit so many different generations, right?
Didn't they say
kids and
that
parents.
Adam Sandler really bad movie was really high up there? For
Yeah,
movies?
that Adam Sandler movie too. Like people don't have the best taste. When it
Which
comes
I
to
will
movies.
never see besides the 5 minutes I saw at Jason's.
I watched it
I
too.
wonder if it's like, you know, like YouTube, like it's like, oh, they only hit it for like 10 minutes, or if they watched the entire movie. Because I'm thinking it's like a 10-minute hit and out, and that's what they're tracking. It's like who just started watching it. Because nobody sat through that whole
Actually, like I had it on and through the whole thing. It was pretty fucking terrible.
Yeah, dude. There's no way, dude.
For what?
Yeah,
Fuller House?
No, Fuller House is fine.
What are you saying is terrible?
That Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I only watched the first couple like episodes of Fuller House, and I was like over it.
My big question, though, can they be successful with the season 2 continuing the story, or should they just take this concept and do an anthology instead with the second season, kind of like what American Horror Story? I think we've talked about this somewhat previously.
I don't love anthologies. I would like to see more of this story play out. Like maybe jump ahead a couple years or a year or so, and then just like give these kids some new things to battle, or like let that something weird happen to 11.
Maybe they can explore more about the Upside Down, like what that place is, and
yeah, these kids have way more story to tell, and I want to like know more about everybody.
Well, how cool would it be if some like ancient dude came from the Upside Down who survived there, like, and he's like talking about, comes back and he like tells them about his struggles, and like, you know, like he's been living down there fighting these demons, dude. There's a whole cool idea.
Tom Hanks from Castaway. That's what.
And he's got a volleyball. And
he's got Wilson.
He's got Barb's head.
I was thinking of more of like the guy they buy the gizmo from in the first Gremlins, like in like some ancient shop like that. Like I feel like that guy would come out and have a lot of wisdom.
Yeah. Awesome. Love Gremlins.
Yeah.
Either way, dude, I want to see them too.
Dude, I think that when you hit something out of the park like this, dude, you just got to keep riding the wave, dude. Hopefully they do it in like a good way, like that. They just don't kill it, you know, just drive it into the ground. But yeah, I'd like to see more of these guys and everything else.
I think the fact that they were stuck to 8 episodes says a lot about how these guys want to tell the story. Like that's like a big deal, and I think they can, as long as they don't go, all right, we're gonna do 13. Like I don't think it would work because it's just too much shit. So as long as they don't start whoring it out, we're good.
Yeah, because I've seen other Netflix shows kind of go downhill fast. Orange is the New Black is a pretty good first season, but I stopped watching after the second season.
I'm a little into the fourth, I'm not going to lie.
House of Cards was a really good show that I enjoyed that I feel like kind of went downhill after a few seasons.
The second they fucking started promoting the PlayStation Vita, dude, it was over.
All downhill from there. It's a curse. All right. So anything else you guys want to talk about Stranger Things before we close it out and put a score on the whole season?
Dude, that theme song, didn't I ever get that thing out of my head and all of its glorious awesomeness, dude?
The soundtrack is out now.
Yeah, the soundtrack was fucking fantastic, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude,
yeah, no,
like on everything.
I mean,
I'm
there's,
pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, between this talk and the previous talk, like I think we've hit all the cool things that we need to talk about.
And if you haven't fucking seen it yet, go see it, dude. Go watch it. Quit waiting around.
Yeah.
And if you grew up in the 80s, then a lot of this stuff is nostalgic for you, and you'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
A lot of throwbacks. A lot of comic book references, too, for me.
What? Hit me with one that I might not have caught.
When Dustin talked about when they're trying to find Will, and he's talked about the X-Men issue, which was like I think the first appearance of the Dark Phoenix. That was what he was dangling around, because they talked about previously about when they were racing each other home on their bikes. Whoever won was going to get that comic.
Yep.
And then when they were looking for him, we're like, "Hey, come out! I'll give you the comic book back," and stuff like that. So, yeah, it was fun. And a lot of Professor X references, I felt like, too.
All right, so we scoring this thing?
Score it. Yeah, score it.
Like, I can't help but get it anything but a 5. It was like the perfect Netflix TV show. Like, I have not watched a show that was more interesting than this in a long time, and that I want more of. And like, I don't binge watch TV ever. I never.
Whoa. I'm not going to bring up Supergirl. I won't bring up Supergirl. Your one weekend of Supergirl.
Okay, Supergirl. I didn't watch it though. Like I just I can like had it on, but this is like I sat down and like within 2 days it was engaged and blew through this entire thing, and I thought everything about this show was like spot on. So going 5, no problem with that.
Dude, I'm with you, man. 5 on Stranger Things. I mean, if you haven't seen it yet, dude, you've heard us. It's a fucking 5, dude. Everything we said. I ain't gonna reiterate it, but yeah, it's absolutely amazing. A few handful of things in there that, I would have liked to see different, but it doesn't mean they played out poorly. It's just that, I would have,
You would have made 11 a little bit smarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made her,
What's an Eggo?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a fucking waffle, 11.
Come on. You're telling me you were raised in a lab for that long and you didn't hear anyone say anything?
She was badass with her fucking Eggos, dude. She said, "These are mine, motherfucker." Back the fuck off.
So yeah, how many
Eggos
out of 5 are you giving it, Swenor?
5 Eggos.
I give it 5 out of 5 Eggos, dude. I thought this was a fantastic show. I was a little hesitant, like I said, after the first episode. But,
you were scared.
I was a little nervous, man. But then, like I said, I was at my mom's and I binge watched 5 episodes in one night. It was fantastic, dude. Stellar soundtrack. Characters were awesome. Good ending to let us, wonder, hey, what more is going to happen in season 2? Dude, just the right amount of episodes. Like we said, no middle filler, dude. Just like the military, baby. High and tight, dude. Just kept right on the program, dude. That's why I gotta go 5 out of 5 Eggos on this one.
I'm curious if Eggo's stock went up at all after all this, too.
Dude, I went out and bought some.
Dude, I'm really starting to wonder how many people went out and started watching The Thing and all that stuff after this, like with all the references and everything like that.
Yeah. Goonies sales probably went way
I think
up.
it's the Will kid. The kid who played Will is going to be in that new Stephen King It movie.
Yes, they said he was actually cast in It. They stole him from this, and then that movie fell off, so he was able to come back to do this. And then after this was like finished wrapping, they re-hit that It movie, and then he was able to go back into that, which is kind of crazy to think that they almost lost him to that movie, but then he ended up with that movie anyway.
And I'm at a 5 with you guys also. Probably the most enjoyable season as a whole that I've watched. Probably maybe since one of the seasons of Breaking Bad, for me at least. But solid season.
So, hey, I say, who would each of us be from the cast? Who's going to be toothless? Swenor?
Oh, I gotta be Dustin.
I'm fucking around, dudes. I'm fucking around.
I mean,
I'll be toothless.
No, there's no way you're toothless. Because I don't think you're gonna bring the treats, dude.
No, dude. You know who I am.
I'll probably bring the treats if we're gonna pack a snack bag, dude. I'll take that.
Steve, dude.
Oh, wow, dude, you don't even get to be one of us. You're the douchebag on the side. Wow.
Hey, I got Nancy.
As Swenor's out in the woods taking pictures of your girl.
Yeah, dude. Sweet Nancy.
Is Jason Barb?
It's pretty clear that I'm Barb. There's no question that I'm Barb. I don't know how to open a beer, dude. I'm sitting on the fucking diving board just sulking as you guys are partying. There's no question.
Fair enough. We'll any...
Tristan Winona then?
That could be Joyce. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, he could be Joyce or Hopper. I could see it.
Yeah, I think Tristan could be a Hopper.
I was thinking, yeah.
Makes sense.
Kind of a hop.
But yeah, well, as any news that comes out about Stranger Things in its future, we'll definitely be covering it here on Adapted. As Stranger Things isn't necessarily a book or comic book that was adapted, but it pulls from so many inspirational things. So that's why it qualifies as an adapted conversation piece. And speaking of comic books, that as promised, we're talking All-Star Batman #1 that was released last week. I'm really curious to hear what your guys' thoughts are first, because you guys aren't too familiar with Scott Snyder as a writer.
This is fucking
his style.
Batty, dude.
So, yeah, I'm not familiar with him at all as a style, and that opening scene was, if that were a movie, it would have been like the cheesiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
For the opening pane, why did they have it in black and white and then the next one was color?
I don't know. Actually, I was thinking the same thing, but I didn't mind the art style in this one.
And the art was like, this is a conglomeration of a lot of different artists on board for this. John Romita Jr. was the penciler, and then they have multiple colorists and inkers.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that when I went through.
A lot of people involved.
I love the font. I love the way that it was like nice and clean. I thought that was actually really refreshing.
Because it had to be nice and clean because there was a lot of talking in this one, dude.
That's true.
Was a lot of talking.
You know what? As cheesy as it fucking looked, I really liked having two weird ass dudes come in and take Batman out in the beginning.
Oh, I like that they did it. It actually drove me nuts.
Firefly and the Mothman.
The guy was talking about bugs, and then they came through the window, and I was like, no, that did not just happen.
I just like the concept of this series that it's a road trip, and you've got Batman and Two-Face.
Right, and it's based on a road trip that he took with his 9-year-old kid. Cross country. That's how he had it. But dude, I'm gonna be really honest.
Had a kid.
Huh?
Batman had a
the
kid.
writer Scott Snyder.
No.
Scott Snyder. Oh, gotcha.
Because he had just wrote some previous ones, and he wanted to be able to do some wild and zany things. But to be brutally honest, the first 18 or 19 pages of this, I was so fucking confused. I almost just put it down and was like, yeah, dude.
They're going around a lot.
Fuck this comic. It wasn't until like really the last 6 pages.
Yeah, it was all over the map, but I think that was intentional. Maybe that's his style, where he likes to, like, I don't know, like Tarantino it a little bit, but it was a little much.
I know, at first I was confused because I was like, is this Two-Face? Or is this fucking Scarecrow? Or who is
Yeah, that was Two-Face restyled in some degree. But overall, the story is really intriguing to me. The fact that Batman's taking Two-Face somewhere, and that Two-Face...
fucking Alfred shot him out of the sky, dude.
Two-Face has some dirt on Alfred.
Yeah, dude.
How about
what is the dirt?
Cool twist.
How bad does this dirt have to be?
I don't know.
For him to shoot Batman out of the sky.
I love this overall concept that Two-Face announced it to everyone, so they'll come after him. Because if Two-Face arrives, he said he's going to release all this dirt on every single person he's ever encountered with. So all these bad guys are coming after him, and he's got something with Alfred that Alfred would shoot him out of the sky.
Dude, I'm calling Alfred killed Batman's parents.
And Batman's already onto him too. Like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna cease communication because someone close to me took me out.
Right, dude. I don't know, man. When I look at like this Batman and stuff, dude, this looks like fucking hobo. Fucking went on a 3-day drinking bender, dude. Put on the fucking bat suit, dude. He just looks fucking rough, bro.
Is that the look they're going for, you think?
Why does he look rough? What do you mean?
Dude, like the first couple pages and pains and all that
His
stuff.
body language is like kind of like slouchy, and he seems like a little disheveled at certain times. Just like he did get his ass kicked though, so he has that.
Oh, yeah,
multiple times.
And there's kind of like a Mad Max kind of feeling too as he's driving and people are coming at him. Kind of feels like Mad Max style of infiltrating moving vehicles.
Yeah, and like I was confused when he was talking with who I'm assuming is Commissioner Gordon.
Right.
And is that his sidekick Robin and like the fucking...
It's Duke. It's not Robin.
Oh, that's who?
His name is Duke. He was introduced in this We Are Robin crossover thing. Batman's brought him in as a protege, but he's not going to be called Robin.
Because they're doing things different this time. Fist bump. That was so lame.
Dude, that was so fucking dumb, dude.
He was
Batman doesn't fist bump.
Technically a Robin in the storyline as he wanted to be a Robin. I think they named him something in a different comic. I can't think of what his name was, though. But yeah, he's
the other thing was, dude, when he was talking to Commissioner Gordon in one of the pains, dude, he's got his arm, or fucking, we'll just say Robin, because what was his name? Duke?
Yeah. His real name's Duke Thomas.
You can call him Duke.
Duke had a sling on his arm, and I was like, man, what kind of ass kicking old Duke take here?
And he's got a baseball bat strapped to his back.
I do like
and
that.
Gordon's immune to acid.
Oh no, he didn't touch it.
Yeah,
Isn't it falling from the sky? And that's why everyone has like their coats on?
It fell from the sky, and Duke saved them because there's some leftover acid on the railing.
Yeah, it wasn't currently raining, I don't think, at that time.
But why did he have the hood on Two-Face?
He didn't want to look at him.
And it's like, why did he only have the eye on Two-Face's, like, he only had one eye hole cut in. And it was the one eye of his freaky red eye, dude. Why wouldn't you just cut it on his good eye?
I think that was purely visual, right? Like, there was no real reason for that.
Well, he was trying to say, like, my eyes see who the actual people are, like, who you actually are. How everybody has secrets, even those close to you. But I was still like, man.
The big twist in this, though, not really a twist, but something like, to get, like, if you're reading, like, if you're getting kind of bored reading, nothing's happening, boom, chainsaws.
Dude.
Kind of
where did he pull a chainsaw out of, dude?
Utility
middle
belt,
of the cornfield?
Yeah, I was like, come on.
Utility belt.
And he didn't even use it.
Oh, man.
Well, he was in the sculpture yard, like the junkyard.
Oh, yeah, he took that guy's arms off, yeah.
Fucking chopped off all his arms, dude.
Black Spider.
Which I also liked all the weird villains that were brought in here.
I thought his name was Red Spider, no?
Or Black Spider it was. It was Black Spider.
Spider-Man.
And how about there's another villain that popped up on the back of the truck, too, that was Gentleman Ghost, in case you're not...
That guy was cool as shit. I don't know who that guy was before this, but that picture of him with that little top hat was money.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, man. I was like, who is this guy?
I don't know, dude. At first I thought it was a shark.
As they're just like bringing obscure villains that you don't expect all in one. And then the fact like the main story is Batman and Two-Face kind of on a road trip. But it's not like a fun road trip in some degree. Like it's
like I'm wondering when we're going to find out about this house that he's going to take him to.
Yeah, what is this house?
My other question... What does Batman do to the hillbilly that fucking shot him in the back, dude?
He let her live. Let him live.
Let her deal with that for the rest of her life. He shot Batman. It's pretty tough.
She tried to, and then like the trucker from Over the Top did it.
I know. That's funny.
Dude, this comic has a feel of that movie Smoking Guns, and I think or Smoking Aces, and I think that's why I like it. The one where like that magician is being protected by the FBI, and then all these bounty hunters have to invade that hotel.
I've seen this story before of like blackmailing, like going after the person in captivity. Like it's a story that's been done before as far as the main idea, but it's done differently here. But it's enjoyable. It's fun to watch or fun to read.
It was cool. It was like crisp, fun, brisk little read right through. You're just zooming in, you're done. You're like, oh shit, I kind of want to see where this goes right now.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see Batman in a truck driving across country, getting hunted by bounty.
It felt really current and hip compared to like a lot of other comics. It like felt like they were trying to like, I don't know. It almost felt like it was trying to be trendy, like with a lot of the stuff that they were doing, and it kind of worked. Like if they're trying to appeal.
That he threw his quarter out the window though.
You don't like that?
I did like.
How do you feel about emo Two-Face? Like,
I don't know. So wait, who was the guy? The 1920s vaudeville dude sitting on the back with like a machine gun?
Mr. Invisible.
That's Gentleman Ghost.
Gentleman Ghost, dude. I got that tattooed on my back.
I do not know Gentleman Ghost.
You do?
Yeah, a lot of obscure villains. Like,
his
and they kind of
redesigned
Killer Moths and Fireflies costumes too. Kind of redesigned a little bit.
So yeah, dude, he started the first paint in black and white and ends the last paint in black and white. Must be his style thing.
Like, yeah, the first paint was yeah.
Because the last paint is black and white as well. So again, I don't read a lot of his comics.
They do things like that. I remember a Batman issue of his, and Scott Snyder is a writer, so he tells the artist what to draw. But they did like the first half.
The guy with the little top hat
entirely upside down, because it was like. You'd have to read the comic to totally understand, but like he takes risks in his comics. It's not just like your ordinary comic. He livens it up a bit.
Yeah, so, no, that's good. I like it.
And for myself, I'm reading the other Batman titles, the main titles, Detective Comics, and the main Batman title that Scott Snyder used to be on, that they've got Tom King writing now. This is very, very, very different than those titles. So it's good that this is something different that you could, like, if I had like 5 Batman books I'm reading, they're probably all going to feel the same to some degree.
Yeah,
I like that this one is different and gives me something extra.
No, this is cool. This is super cool. I'm excited to read more of the story.
Is the All-Star series a series of comic books? Because it doesn't fit this at all, and it sounds really fucking weird.
They've used the All-Star. Well, that's kind of not known. Like, they've used the term All-Star. Like, they've done All-Star Batman and Robin before. Frank Miller did a series with that. You don't know necessarily if it fits in the same universe, but I believe fits in with the whole rebirth thing that's going on. So this is the current Batman, and this is just another story.
Should have been called like Road Rash Batman or something.
Yeah, All Star is really cheesy, but whatever.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting something like circusy.
Yeah, when Tristan sent us and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna review this," I was like, "Oh, that sounds like it's gonna be terrible." It's gonna be like 9 different.
I really caught on to Scott Snyder writing Batman. I really enjoyed his work with from when New 52 launched. He took on Batman, and he did pretty well with it. It was like one of DC's best-selling books, and not just overall, but like comics as a whole. It was a really high-selling book for comic books. So
yeah, I'll read
them.
Yeah, I'll keep reading them.
So if we're going around and scoring it, what are you guys going to give it?
Shit, dude. This actually might be the first time, and you know, you guys probably don't agree, but I think I'm gonna give this issue a 5, dude. It's
Holy
like
crap.
first time in a while that I've really I've read every single word, guys. I didn't skip.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, dude. And maybe it's like Hitmen going after Batman is just an interesting idea, and maybe the idea just spurred my excitement a little bit. But I thought it was done pretty well, and it kept me engaged. And I don't know, sometimes comics fall too cliche. And this one kind of seemed like it went off the rails a little bit for me. But I haven't read 1,000 comics either, so I probably read like 50 in my life. So
true. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was exciting, and I'm ready to read more of these. There's just a couple things that were like a little bit too.
Batman holding a chainsaw.
That's the kind of shit. I felt like they were trying. They were trying too hard to make cool moments over and over again. Like they were really. I get that they're trying to push the envelope, but I felt it was like a little try-hardish. But, dude, I'm excited to read more, dude. 4 to 5. 4 to 5.
You know, I feel like
Big Rigger.
I was originally
Big Rigger and Batman.
A 2 or a 3 at first, but once we finally got to the last 8 or 9 pages. It really kind of saved itself because at first it was so all over. I was like, who is this? I'm like, who's this new Robin, who I guess really isn't Robin? But now it's kind of all put together. So I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 because I'm interested to see what the juice is that he's got on everybody. Dude, how he's going to fuck up Alfred, dude, for being a fucking bitch. So 4 out of 5 for me.
Alfred's Secret.
I'm at a 5 with Chad. Really enjoy this comic, and from reading the other Batman titles, as I said, it's something different in each book, and that's what I like about it. That they're doing a good job with their writing, and I'm a big Scott Snyder fan. So yeah, I'm on board with this title, and can't wait to see where we go from here. Because this was just the first mile of this road trip, and as they said, there was 497 more miles to go. So just think of all the crazy things that could happen. So.
Dude, I'm excited to see who he's got to fight next. After Mr. Ghost Rider or Ghost.
Gentleman Ghost.
Gentleman
Ghost Rider.
Dude,
Dandy Ghost.
When I went and picked up my comics, dude, after seeing Star Trek, dude, I saw that they have a Star Trek comic book out, dude. I got the first issue, dude. So. Hop and dude, it's awesome because it's 1950 style comics. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan, you probably have. I mean, you've probably seen it.
I mean, I've seen it in stores, but yeah.
Times, but I'll let you guys know. I started reading the first couple pages.
Yeah, let me know if it lives up to the Star Trek Green Lantern crossover. That was phenomenal.
Wait, is that a thing?
It's hard
That's
to
real.
top.
That's real.
Weird.
2015. Check it out.
All right.
All day.
Well, we here at Adapted love our Star Wars discussion. So a new trailer came out for Star Wars Rogue One, the second trailer. So we got to talk a little bit about this Rogue One trailer that debuted during the Olympics. I believe it was last Thursday.
The Olympics get everything that's cool.
They do, don't they?
Did you guys also watch the Olympics just to watch this trailer?
No.
Not
Wait,
on
did they
purpose,
do an
but
announcement
did have
that
it
it
on.
was coming?
Yeah.
As I was flipping back and forth, it was the Force was calling me. So I've just hit the previous button, and they're like going to commercial break, and then all of a sudden there it was. I was like, "Ooh, lucky dog."
Worked out well. So this trailer, I feel like was a much better trailer than the previous ones, as it may have given more insight to some of these characters. They actually let them say some words somewhat. Got a little insight. And just the landscape is a little bit different. We're seeing different kind of stormtroopers. The Death Troopers, really cool for me, seeing those guys. Yeah, I think
Wait, what do the Death Troopers look like?
they're all in black, I believe.
Oh,
And
those
they
are the Death
have a
Troopers.
different looking helmet. Yeah. They're a bit, like, leaner, I guess you could say.
And are they from the lore, or is this like brand new, created just for this movie?
I think it's just created for this movie.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We get Chappie and some fucking black troopers.
Oh, yeah, I want to talk about the robot that we were talking about in our email.
K2.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the new edition robot that is going to have some tough shoes to fill with?
Dude, I think he's
BB-8
gonna be
last
awesome, man. He's gonna be like the anti-BB-8. They've already said it. He doesn't have any emotions. He's just like logic, common sense, and all that stuff, dude. He was an Imperial droid that they captured and turned over, but he has some sentiment because he's been with. I cannot think of his name. His sidekick for like a long time. So I don't know. I think he's gonna be pretty awesome, man. I think he's gonna have a big role in it.
They've done a good job with droids recently, especially reading the comics with those assassin droids and the Star Wars comics that they introduced that work for Darth Vader. They've done pretty well with introducing new droids, and obviously BB-8 was a fan favorite from episode, the last movie. So.
From a costume standpoint and a character design standpoint, I feel like he's kind of bland, as in just like, I mean, he's just
Dude, he
one
kinda
color
looks
with like
You think he needs a paint job?
I think he needs like some like lights or something, dude. Like he needs some glow to him, or like a little bit more. You know,
like
when you think of-
HK-47 from like KOTOR, like a little bit of a red shine or copper look to him or something. Like
some shiny parts or something, and we only got a tiny glimpse. Maybe some stuff does, but like when you think back to like all the droids that have been really in the mainstream, they're either like got a bunch of gizmo shit like a little R2D2 or C3PO who's shiny as fuck. You can see your reflection in, and then you got the little soccer ball. He's got some orange and some crazy stuff to him.
a lot of dirt.
Yeah, so much dirt. You in 4K, you see the dirt. But like this guy, he seems like he's gonna be pretty rad, but I'm not feeling his plainness right now though.
And it's voiced by Allerton, which is he's popped up in a lot of things.
Right.
He's voiced in a lot of video games as well. I believe wasn't he the one that quit Uncharted 4 midway or something due to creative differences or something like that? I think
that is hilarious if he did. Like, who does that?
We talked about it already.
Yeah, I'm
previously.
sure we did. I totally forgot.
But yeah, he's been in a lot of stuff. If you remember the movie Dodgeball, he's in that.
Yeah.
Is he the guy in the wheelchair?
Firefly. No, he was on the team. No, he was. What was I just saying? Firefly. If you ever watched that TV show, Joss Whedon TV series and movie.
Yeah. That robot's gonna be cool. It's gonna be better than Forrest Whitaker and his terrible accent.
What? Forrest Whitaker is a rock star.
He's gonna get an Oscar for this movie.
Yeah.
Easily.
Mark my word.
Yeah. He looks so terrible.
Not as bad as Battlefield Earth, but
he's right there. The look is like it would have fit right in that Travolta movie. So
I was just thinking, dude, like all
So
they did was
close.
like they trimmed out like 50% of the hair off the Battlefield Earth outfit, and like that's what you were left with.
It's cool for his character though that his character is someone from the animated Clone Wars. That's kind of cool that they're forcing some connecting pieces there.
Have you seen him in the Clone Wars stuff? This character?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And is it voiced by the same guy or is it different? Oh, okay.
It's different. Yeah.
So what does he do in the Clone Wars cartoons? For those kids cartoons?
He was like a leader. He's a big like rebel leader in some degree, right, Swenor?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, dude, we're gonna see Mon Mothma returns, dude. Our first Grand Admiral. Fucking Donnie Yen is bad as a motherfucker in this thing, dude. Flashback to some Saving Private Ryan. We know there's got to be an epic beach battle somewhere in there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to the director Krennic, played by Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah.
I'm liking the shots.
He's the new Grand Admiral, man. He's gonna be awesome, dude. And then, the new star. It looked like what I thought was Kylo Ren's shuttle, but it looks like a new version of it, dude. The fucking hover tank that they have. The 3 new stormtroopers that we're getting introduced to.
Big stuff happening.
Yeah, dude. And it's just like when I saw it, dude. And you just see the fucking Star Destroyer coming out of the shadow, dude. And you think like it's fucking coming from behind a sun or a planet or something, dude. And then it pans out, dude, and that's the fucking Death Star, dude. And they're putting in the final cog, dude. The detail on that thing was fantastic. We all know how massive a Star Destroyer is, dude. And then when it keeps panning out and you see 3 Star Destroyers flying in front of it, dude, and they're like that big, dude. They're like Ant-Man size. Dude, you're just like...
This is gonna be some awesome stuff.
Yeah, this is gonna be so rad.
Awesome.
Can't wait for December.
No, it's gonna be huge. I wonder how big it's gonna be. I wonder if it's gonna match the last one. I mean,
yeah,
for us, we're all like, oh man, this looks amazing, but it doesn't look as children is accessible. Obviously, it's like a little bit.
Yeah,
darker,
it's a bit more war themed.
Yeah, there's not as much,
so much
merchandise tie-in as there could have been in the other one. But maybe that robot's gonna get all the play.
It's possible.
Yeah, no Wookiees.
Yeah, dude. No, hey, potentially first time for no lightsaber.
There's gonna be a lightsaber. Darth Vader's gonna bust that thing.
You think Vader's gonna throw one out, dude? Just like in a
I think Vader's gonna be a main draw. I think they're gonna start plugging that in advertising pretty soon.
Yeah.
Dude, here's my thing, man. Do you think that they are just fucking like making old Earl's ass just like start saying random things like
for the future? Yeah, dude, they're like, here, read. They probably just say a dictionary and just like read all these words.
I read somewhere that they did make them sit down and read words out of the dictionary.
Yep, you gotta computer that later.
They were still using them in that Star Wars Rebels series recently.
Yep. The other thing, so it's like, dude, here's a question that you have to ask. When James Earl Jones finally goes, all right, is that the end of Darth Vader, dude?
Oh, shit.
No way, dude. Recast.
Yeah.
Recast and use that voice, dude.
Yeah.
Because nobody knows.
Well, actually, dude, aren't we past the point of Vader at this point now? Like, do we still honestly need him anymore? Like,
we're hopping right up into the main time zone.
I mean, after this, though, I mean,
they've used other voice actors in video games and everything, right? I'd imagine so.
Probably. Yeah, I'm sure they have.
So is this like, are they planning to continue on this like prequel stuff, dude?
Oh yeah,
because isn't this like once they get the plans, then it just moves into Star Wars?
Yeah, this leads into A New Hope. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, technically, I mean, we've seen all the movies we can probably see with Darth Vader, unless we start doing some like.
Well, because that's not true. Like, think about the comics, right? Like, there's all this time that you can just do anything you want.
There's just all sorts.
And they could throw, if they really want, they could probably throw him into the Han Solo origin movie.
I don't even know why I said that, dude.
And they can bring him back in the new trilogy too. They could just resuscitate him or bring him back from the dead. I mean, there's helmets there.
Oh no.
Yeah, he'll be back, dude. There's no question.
No fear.
Big Daddy D is coming back.
Oh no. All right. Well, let's move on to the news real quick. We've got a few casting announcements. Spider-Man Homecoming is getting a little fleshed out. Got word of another villain joining the cast. The Tinkerer is going to be played by Michael Chernus. So not only the Vulture, but we also get the Tinkerer in this new movie.
How do you
Myself,
feel about him, Cass? Yeah, I was gonna say he looks.
I'm kind of liking that they're doing characters that we haven't seen before,
which
in
is cool.
movies. Yeah.
Yep, that's all
Like if
we
they
want
were
at this
if they
point.
were recycling Green Goblin, no.
Sandman, Green Goblin, and Venom. I would have just already put a fucking X on this movie.
I mean, they've talked about bringing Venom back in some ways before Marvel's and Sony partnered up together, but yeah, it should be cool.
Yeah, do you think he's like too young, or is it cool that they're kind of going for a different direction? Because wasn't the Tinkerer? I looked him up
Like an
and
old
looked at
man.
some images. He looked like an old guy with like a big
Yeah.
beak.
I mean, I guess they're kind of fitting the flow of this movie because everyone is somewhat
High school.
younger.
Yeah.
I mean, the oldest actor on board is obviously Michael Keaton as Vulture, though that character can get younger. 'Cause
Dude,
that's like-
Vulture's gonna look like a cripple running around there, dude. There's no way Keaton can fucking keep up with all the action.
yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I'm excited for what's going to happen with the new
Turnus does look like a tinkery guy though. Like he looks
Oh,
like
dude,
he'd find him in a
I just
fucking
Googled him and I was like, he looks like the Tinkerer to me, dude. He doesn't need to do anything. That guy is definitely tinkering something.
shed. He's in a shed somewhere.
You never know. A TV show that I'm looking forward to coming back for season 3. We're getting another speedster as a villain, Savitar. Interesting character. He kind of had like a cult following in some degree of people that worshipped him, and the Speed Force was involved. And he's a guy that could steal other speedsters' powers. That's interesting to me, and I've read multiple comics with him involved, and they're usually pretty good. So we'll see how the adaptation of him to the small screen does.
Dude, he looks like a pro wrestler. Dude.
I was gonna say this is kind of I was literally just gonna be like, this is the speedster Chad's gonna want to cosplay because the guy goes shirtless. Anytime Chad can take his shirt off, he's all in.
He's got long hair, dude. He's got bangles on his arms.
Yeah,
he's like the ultimate.
You pretty much
warrior
you
version.
could actually go in your closet and build this outfit right now. Let's
I'll
do
be
it.
right next week. I'll be
He already
Savitar.
has it made. Some Supergirl news, as a whole lot of new characters are showing up. We've got Miss Martian is going to be showing up on Supergirl. Mon-El, who in the comics was easily confused as Superman many times, but he's a character that he's done several things, but he's kind of known for being in the Legion of Superheroes, which is a superhero team from the future. So that would be interesting to see how that plays out. And it's possible that he's the one that was in the pod at the end of the first season of Supergirl. I don't know if you remember that, Jason.
Yeah. All right.
It's possible that's who that is.
Interesting.
And it makes sense. I mean, if you got Superman's outfit, dude. I mean, this guy's outfit's probably right along the lines of that outfit, so might as well just start.
And then
throwing
we've got Kevin Smith. He's back directing another Flash episode this season, but he's also going to be directing an episode of Supergirl. So that'll be interesting how that plays out.
He did okay with the Flash. We all thought he did a good job. Yeah.
That's the interesting thing I was gonna say. It wasn't a standout episode where you're like, whoa, this is like different than the show. It must be directed by somebody. It really fell in line, and I hope he does something maybe a little bit more Kevin Smithy with like a Supergirl episode. Like, so it kind of stands out.
So,
You know, I know they gotta.
He grabs the script and just starts taking the dialogue in his own hands or something. Like that would be cool. But
And this is a guy that was trying to write a movie for pretty much the death of Superman at one point. So he's definitely into this. Like, he's got plenty of ideas floating around about the whole mythology of Superman and Supergirl. So I'm curious to see what's going to come with that.
Because I almost wonder, like, is it just like because of sometimes the director, like we saw in Flash, it's like kind of falls into the mold, and like there doesn't seem like they're allowed a lot of artistic, striking with it. Like they got to keep it standard. Like, is it almost just to get ratings to like bring an director on, like that's a name, because they still end up doing the same kind of.
I feel like
visual.
they don't see that happen often, but yeah.
I thought Arrow did one or something.
Dude, I just know, like, in a lot of
Flash.
shows, like especially The Office, if you go back and look at people that directed episodes of The Office,
Yeah.
you're like, holy shit, dude! I never would have known that like these celebrities are directing episodes of The Office. It's just like you have to.
Well,
do the
after a
show.
while too, in some of
Like,
these
to do it.
shows, the actors start directing the episodes too. Like,
Yeah.
If a show's like in its 5th or 6th season, usually the main actors are like, "Hey, I want to try directing." So
Yeah, and I
try
wonder
to
if it's like
direct
they
this,
get
so-
their feet wet, dude, get their chops.
Mhm.
like Bryan Cranston directed an episode of Breaking Bad. So
Did he, or did he just say, "Hey, can you put?"
That's
my
how
name
I always
They
wondered.
put his name on it.
Yeah.
They gave him credit for one. And we also talked slightly about Flash Supergirl crossover episodes coming, and it's going to be a musical episode. Musical episodes, actually.
I mean,
Why not? Right?
yeah, totally. Like, I love a good musical, dude. I'm all in. I used to.
Both
love a
actors
bunch of
come
them.
from a singing background, too, as they were both on Glee together. So we'll see how it plays out.
As long as
I'm
it
on board with
plays
that.
into the story and it's just not this like weird, corny one-off, then I'll be.
How
okay with it.
does it though, dude? You must
So
have
a
to
villain
have,
comes
like,
in, sprays some powder that makes
I'm
everybody
sure
Riddler.
some villain will make them sing in some fashion. That's usually how it plays
sing
out.
for your life.
What's his name? The Riddler, or what the fucking? You know who I'm talking about?
Mark Hamill,
Yeah,
the
Mark
jokester,
Hamill.
the prankster.
Yeah,
The trickster?
the trickster, dude. He probably like lays out some smoke clouds, and then everyone gets all
Comes
dancing.
out dancing.
It's all science.
And then he's in the background robbing all the banks, dude, and everyone's doing Thriller in the middle of the street.
That's not so
That would work.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That's back to the old school, dude.
Some really interesting news for me this week is talk of who's going to be in the next Deadpool 2, or the next Deadpool movie, Deadpool 2 movie. Kyle Chandler, rumored to be the heavy favorite. Supposedly all the producers and writers with attached to Deadpool 2 want him to be playing Cable, which I do not see whatsoever. I don't know about you guys.
Oh,
Like,
dude,
No.
I
He's a
totally
fantastic
see that
actor.
100%.
oh, really?
Because I feel
No
like
way.
Cable's like this cool, chill, crazy bad guy, right? Like he's like
Well, he's kind of like
he's
he's from the
cool dude.
future,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like
older.
over the top a lot. Like he's panics a lot. Like he
Oh, he does. Okay, maybe I'm
in some ways. Like he's from the future and he usually comes to the present to like say, hey, this happened in the future and we have to stop this, and like goes all crazy. I mean, he's like this crazy guy. He's got big guns and
I just know him from the Marvel vs. Capcom games. He was like always my favorite one in Marvel vs. Capcom
Yeah.
2. So
it's
And
just
I
weird.
think I'm basing this actor off his like mugshots because I've never seen him in anything, and he just looks like one of those goofy like like
no, Kyle
He's-
Chandler is
He's a
like
dramatic actor.
probably one of my top 5 favorite actors of all
Friday
time.
Night Lights, awesome.
Yeah.
I've seen Friday Night Lights 2 times through the entire season. It's so good.
Oh,
And he's
man,
so
dude.
good in
Missing
that
out
show.
on
He's
this
more of
guy,
a dramatic
apparently.
actor than he is a dopey guy. Like if you watched any of his little speeches in Friday Night Lights, dude, you'd want to like run through a brick wall, dude, and just beat the shit
Clear
out of
eyes,
some
full
people.
hearts, can't lose.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that dude.
Oh
yeah,
my
I'll
god.
check him out.
Yeah, totally.
But in his shots, Google his images. He looks like he looks like an '80s jock, like comedian guy, like like the guy at the office you want to punch in the face.
Oh yeah, no, this is the guy you want to go to battle with.
He's a really good actor though, so I would give him a benefit of the doubt.
Jason said top 5 of his fucking.
Oh yeah,
life.
like
good.
it's based on that show alone. He's like really good, but like other stuff I've seen him in is really.
Like, he was in
Bloodlines on Netflix.
Yeah,
is
Bloodline's really good.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
awesome.
And he's
But-
in
All right,
all of the
jeez,
movies.
guys, let go of the guy's nuts. He's gotta go take a pee.
Oh,
Oh, brah. Whoa.
and another character that will be in Deadpool 2, Domino, which is tightly linked to Deadpool and X-Force and Cable. Mackenzie Davis is rumored to be playing her, who is in that AMC series *Halt and Catch Fire*. I don't know if any of you guys watched that or are familiar.
It's supposed to be really, really good.
Yeah.
But I heard. So her, I'm like optimistic, I suppose, because I don't really know too much about her. And
Not based off the 2005 movie, right? Domino Girl.
right,
Okay.
yeah, Domino's a X-Men character that has never been on the
She a bounty hunter?
live action. She's a mercenary, so she's like Deadpool, but
Maybe that Domino movie ripped that character off and tried to put it into like a normal times scenario. But I don't know, dude. I'm excited.
yeah, see what happens with Deadpool 2. As I think we all enjoyed the first Deadpool.
Oh,
Pretty
dude.
well.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good movie.
Maybe we can get a follow up to what happened to that guy with all the guns in his car.
They have to,
Driving
right? They can't. They cannot show
Maybe he's the
something.
main villain of the next one.
Yeah, he's definitely got to be like part of the trilogy, dude.
Definitely. That's it for this week of Adapted, episode 89. Join us next week on Adapted, episode 90. I won't be here, but these guys will, as I'll be
Boo.
out of town, out of the country.
gallivanting.
Swenor's gonna host next week, so.
Woo, yeah, buddy. A little Fear of the Walking Dead.
Yeah, you get some Fear of the Walking Dead returning this Sunday to talk about.
Let's make this happen.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? The floor is yours.
Yeah, we probably won't talk about anything related to this show. We probably won't even end up talking about The Walking Dead, but it'll be fine.
You guys want to talk
Probably
about?
talking about how Forrest Whitaker's going to win an Oscar.
You can have an entire segment about Forrest Whitaker.
I'm
gonna
gonna
be
just talk
dressed
about
up as
Battlefield
Forrest
Earth.
Whitaker.
Yeah. We'll
We-
have
we
COD
watched,
We're just
Battlefield
going to have
Earth.
an entire episode of Chad cosplaying, dude.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Be right back, guys. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Costume change.
I like it.
Amy's just chasing after him with a fucking live cam, dude.
All right, catch that next week for episode 90. Be sure to catch us every Wednesday on twitch.tv/AllertonAv. As you can catch Adapted, then the Block Party podcast, as we're talking some video games, some No Man's Sky for sure going on this week, right, guys?
A
No
little
Man's
bit
Sky.
of recap, dude. We got games.
No Man's Sky just gone downhill in popularity or what, dude?
No way.
Nah,
No way.
nah.
Why? Is it just not streaming much?
No,
You're not seeing it? No. But it's still got like 100,000 people playing it every day, so it's big.
I've just been hearing a lot about, like, hey, maybe come and buy this game when it goes 50% off next week.
I don't agree with that.
A lot of glitches and whatnot.
You're gonna have to listen to the Block Party to find out about that, Sweeter.
Dude, I'm trying to build the hype, bro.
We're not
I just-
trashing it. Just yet.
Uh,
Just yet.
And just in case you missed any of our live podcasts, catch us on youtube.com/AllertonAv live, as you can catch all our videos, and also obviously allertonav.com for everything in between. For myself, Tristan, Jason, Sweeter, and Chad, or Hacksaw, we'll catch you next week.
Oh.
Ego!
Hey.